evening and welcome to State of Business. Yeah, with me Madhusha Tavapalakumar. Let's take a look at tonight's headlines first. Production drop hits tea export volumes. And EDB promotes shipbuilding to drive economic growth. Now the stories in detail. Chairman of the Tea Exporters Association, Jayanta Karunaratne, says continuous decline in production of tea leaves is negatively affecting the tea exports. The total tea production for the fourth quarter in 2016 was registered at 72.96 million kilos, recording a drop of 2.5 million kilos year-on-year. Jayanta Karunaratne expressed these views during an exclusive interview with Art Television. In 2016, Sri Lankan tea production experienced a continuous and drastic drop of green leaf harvest due to the extreme weather patterns with disrupt of routine agriculture practices and government restrictions on fertilizer subsidies to RPCs and smallholders. The impact of ban on weedicide use is yet to be felt. Sri Lanka's cost of producing a kilo of tea is among the highest in the world. Rising input cost, declining productivity, uneconomic age profile in tea bushes, and high social cost have led to further burden the industry.
Currently, the tea export sector is not doing very well due to various reasons. Main reason is the crop. We don't have sufficient tea for our exports. If you look at last year, our export turnover is lower than the previous year, and also I think by end of this year we will have even worse figures, mainly because of crop failure, and also we find it very difficult to keep our prices with our international buyers. Globally, the tea consumption is increasing. People drink more tea. In our country, we are having a crop failure. Prices have gone up a lot. If you compare maybe 1.5 years to 2 year period, tea prices have gone up almost 50% more. So that's also affecting us, because in international markets, the tea prices have not changed. On the shelf prices have not changed, but locally we pay 50% more than usual price for our raw material. For the export sector, we find it difficult, and it is not a very good period for the tea exporters.
Karunaratne also pointed out that global tea exporters are now mainly looking at exporting tea in bulk form, and because of that, the exporters of branded tea are struggling.
Tea exports, as I said, the tea prices have gone up, the auction prices have gone up. But I think our quantity will come down because the volume is not available. So, and also we are becoming more of a bulk exporter, because in most of the countries buy our tea as a raw material and they do their packing there, because our teas are very expensive and they cannot change their selling prices. So what they do is they buy our tea and also blend with other countries' teas and then put it to the market and sell it without changing prices. So we are becoming a more bulk exporter, and also the brand exporters find it difficult to keep their brands alive, and the brands volumes on brands also coming down. So this is a major problem for the value addition industry in Sri Lanka.
The chairperson of the EDB, Indira Malvatta, says the ship and yacht building industry have a great potential in driving the export and economic sector of the country. She also stated that they have been taking measures to uplift the marine-related education and skills among the youths in Sri Lanka. Indira Malvatta expressed these views during an exclusive interview with Art Television.
If you see the number of yachts that go past Sri Lanka, which is over 250 yachts a day. So if we could have marina infrastructure developed in Sri Lanka, and we have these yachts being serviced in Sri Lanka. We just did a small research, and if a yacht stays in the Sri Lankan marina for 2 days, they spend over $10,000 US. Plus we have repair facilities, and we have a host of other facilities which we can extend for the yacht industry. Then the shipbuilding industry is another industry that has a great potential. So we have looked at it as a growth product sector, and we have also identified some issues that are related to this sector. For example, we don't have sufficient underwater ship welders. There are certain skills that are not available in Sri Lanka, or we have to upskill the people. So we've been actually talking to the training centers in Sri Lanka, government departments, ministries who are undertaking skills development programs, so that we get our youth trained in these new skills, so that they can all contribute to this industry.
The chairperson of the EDB also noted that there has been a growth potential for the production of electrical cables in the global market.
We have a number of our construction companies who are now going out of Sri Lanka, and they are doing lots of road constructions, buildings, which is again a service sector export. These are new things that are coming into the industry, because you wouldn't imagine Sri Lankan companies going out to other places and undertaking road construction, etc.
Let's take a look at more news after this break. Welcome back. Board of Investment and Singapore's Sabana Jurong will enter into a joint venture agreement in early May for city development. The joint venture company will develop the cities of Colombo, Kandy and Trincomalee while attracting required investments. Sri Lanka and Singapore infrastructure consultancy Sabana Jurong signed a memorandum of understanding in June last year to form a joint venture firm. The BOI chairman Upul Jayasuriya disclosed these details at an event in Colombo recently.
Amongst those projects, the first of its kind would be the one in Colombo. The precincts of Bear Lake would be developed, and the plans will be undertaken to be drawn by the local architects and with the use of the local professionals. We will have the benefit of having the footprint of Sabana Jurong. Their experiences will be shared with our local professionals, and the planning will start with originally with the 220 acres of land that the government of Sri Lanka owns on the precincts on the Bear Lake. This will be the jewel on the crown. With that, the JV agreement that is hopefully will be signed in the first week of May, which will be backed by the government of Sri Lanka to the hilt. It will be the first time that Sabana Jurong will be entering into a joint venture, whereas they have 44 offices in the world, including 111 offices all over. So this will be an added strength to uplift the facilities and the outlook of the Colombo city.
See you after this break. Welcome back. Huawei, the fastest growing smartphone brand in Sri Lanka, together with Singer Sri Lanka, launched the Huawei P10 flagship smartphone together with the Huawei P10 Plus in Colombo recently.
The Huawei P10 and P10 Plus smartphones redefine smartphone excellence with top-grade features, ultra-fast connectivity and Leica dual camera featuring artistic portrait with 3D facial detection. The smartphones will be available for consumers at a rate of 94,900 rupees and 109,900 rupees in graphite black, dazzling gold and dazzling blue. The products will be available through Huawei Experience Center and selected Dialog customer care centers and other key dealers island-wide. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's leading smartphone marketer, Singer Sri Lanka, will ensure the availability of these products through the country's largest retail network, Singer, comprising of over 400 retail outlets.
Huawei have continued to invest on the technology, and we are spend around 3 to 4 billion US dollar to give the most quality phones in here. And in Sri Lanka, we are stay here more than 5 years. In the 5 years, what happened? With our Germanic partnership with the Singer Sri Lanka, and also we get support from all of our operators, especially from the Dialog. And we achieved very beautiful numbers in the few years. And we can talk, we are the best quality phones and the fastest growth brand in Sri Lanka. I think you know the numbers. In the GfK report, in the last year totally, we are gaining more than 28% shares in this market.
Thank you for joining with us. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.